Welcome everyone to my team, my career, episode number 2. If you didn't watch my first episode and intro, make sure to watch them. And please, guys, subscribe. And if you love my videos, subscribe and like and comment. If you clearly don't love something, yeah, just to give me some feedback, guys. Actually, would actually help me a lot. So up there I was actually upgrading my car on chassis and aerodynamic. I hated to bring up to you guys my first race on Australia. I was actually struggling a lot, especially on aerodynamic, but let's forget about it. Let's go in Bahrain. This one is our first quali. Let's move. So if you guys actually need my setup for Bahrain or Australia, I will upload them too. So here we go. So the thing with this car, it was actually very nice to handle. I actually enjoyed it handling this car. Like the traction, it was good compared to Australia. And yeah, with here in Bahrain, the thing is I'm actually good in this track. Like based on driving, yeah, this track is my favor. It's in my favor. Like as you can see, our first sector we actually do purple, and our teammate actually do like 1 minute and 31 seconds, 0.841. So let's see how it goes. And yeah, as I was saying, like Bahrain is actually the track that I actually love the most. Like if I can put it on my ranking, it's actually my fourth or third, my fastest track. Yeah, maybe on top 3. It's on top 3. Yeah. And we actually, this sector, it was actually nice, and the rotation, it was actually very good. And the clear do 1.29, and we actually do like 1.29, seriously clear 0.3, and yeah, we're P1. And yeah, and Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas actually out qualified us, and yeah, we are through on Q1 and P5. So here we go on Q2. And guys, I don't wanna lie, like the traction of this car, it was very nice, and the handling. So yeah, that sector I did quite a lot of mistakes. So
far our fastest lap is a 1 minute 30.4.
So I decided, let me go and do another run just to improve. So you know guys, when you do a run and these cars actually come out, it's actually annoying. And yeah, we actually improved with 1/10 on first sector. And after this chicane, the car actually decided to slide, you know. And yeah, we went to the barrier.
What happened? Let me know
There
you're
was
okay.
nothing that we can do on this car. Like the rear wheels, they were actually screaming for help. And yeah, Ocon decided to hit me over there. You know, Ocon is an asshole, man. I'm sorry to say this, sorry for the language, but yeah, Ocon decided to take me out, and he just have to retire the car. And yeah, we end up on P13. So we're going to start on
The stage is
P13.
set for another enthralling race here in the
Here
Kingdom
we
of
go.
Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by, but will they be able to add to their record today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, and Vettel, Leclerc, Perez, Norris, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Kvyat, Johnson, and Magnussen, Ocon, Sainz, Roman Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen. Schumacher, Latifi, Giovinazzi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Yeah guys, we'll be starting on P13. So strategy wise, we're actually gonna go to medium and hards. We're gonna use one stop. So actually a lot of like AI up here, they actually love two stop, and here we go, it's lights out. And yeah, our start it was actually good, and we overtake Kvyat and Gasly, Lance Stroll, Norris, Leclerc and Perez, and actually whoa, and not, we didn't do a contact over there. That was one of the best overtake I ever did in my entire life. Like, I just overtook 6 cars. First lap, like there was no contact over here. Lovely stuff, especially on 100% simulation damage. One contact, you are actually out. Like, we managed to do that, and yeah, but our plan up here is to stay behind Leclerc. Like, they were Ferrari, they are actually very fast. Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes, they are actually fast. So my plan, since I'm on mediums, I decided,
That's
you
a
know
decent
what,
start. Good job.
let me stay behind Leclerc and use him on DRS so that he can drag us. And yeah, and up here I was actually using a lot of ERS so that I can stay with him since we are on the first lap. So actually the thing is, DRS is actually open on the third lap.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
So what I can do right now is to use a lot of ERS and stay behind Leclerc within a second. And the car, guys, the car, it was actually very good. And yeah, like the handling it was nice. It was nice. Like, I actually enjoyed it. We were not that on under pressure, but yeah. And Leclerc was very fast, guys. I don't wanna lie. Ferrari, they're actually very fast.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Yeah, as you can see, I was using a lot of ERS so that I can stay behind him within 1 second. So I was trying very hard. And yeah, so I managed to stay on within DRS zone. So we got DRS. So I decided not to use ERS. And actually the thing is with me, when I'm pushing very hard, like I actually lose this car. So the thing is, I decided not to be under pressure. Let me just drive as consistent as I am, because the thing is, if I can stay very consistent, I would manage to stay behind Leclerc. But the thing is, Lando Norris is on McLaren, and man, McLaren, they are very, very fast on the straight line too. So I have to use a lot of ERS, and I was under 5%, and my red light was flashing. And yeah, I think Lando Norris saw it, and I decided to use it since he is on also. So he decided to pit. So the thing with me, I said, well, since Lando Norris pitted, let me not use a lot of ERS. So Leclerc, like there was no way that I can catch Leclerc. He was like 2.9 seconds away from me. So the thing is, my plan right now is to defend as hard as possible for these guys behind me, Lance Stroll and Ocon. In order to overtake me, they have to work very hard. So that was my plan right now, is to save ERS on these sectors. When it goes to straight line, I just have to use a lot of ERS.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds.
So here, as you can see, Lance Stroll, he was 8 seconds. So I decided, let me just use a lot of ERS, because I know if he can stay on it, I'll be under pressure. And yeah, Leclerc and Perez, Bottas, they decided to pit. So right now we are on P3, and Ricardo is behind us. So Ricardo and Hamilton, so they decided to pit. So
Ricardo is in the pits. Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left. You have 4 laps till your pit window opens.
Actually go to my favor right now. Like I'm leading this race. I'm on position number 1. So what I can do right now is to push as hard as possible and drive as consistent as I am. And right now on this sector, I actually ran wide, and this is not the thing that I was planning to do, because I am actually losing a lot of time if I ran so wide. Like as you can see on the mini map, Ocon is actually closing up to me. He's actually on a DRS zone, so I have to use a lot of
At the moment,
DRS.
the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second
As
per
you
lap.
hear Jeff, like he's actually pulling. So the thing is, I was actually struggling with these tires right now. Like the wear of these tires, they were actually off. That is why I was running very wide. So
Ocon Ocon is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 34.7.
So what I was planning is that my plan is to drive as consistent as I am, like Ocon and myself. We are actually on the same strategy up here. If I actually want to win this race, I just have to drive consistent and keep Ocon behind me. Ocon is the guy that actually took me out.
You are in first position, front of the pack. Ocon behind.
So he wanted
the
to
gap is
overtake
less
the
than a
pit.
second. They're on old mediums. Your pit window opens in 2 laps time.
I
19 laps
left
to
enough
go.
space on that one, so he have to fight for another day. I was actually very struggling on these tires. My plan right now is to pit and undercut Ocon on a new fresh hard tires, because if I can keep it like this, going wide and squabbling, like it actually invite Sainz, Gasly and Hamilton, you know.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
So my open window is actually open right now. So I said, you know what? Let me just go and pit so that I can undercut Ocon. Because I think Ocon right now, his tires are much better than mine. And we actually get a DRS up here and we save a lot of DRS. Like it was.
Grip is probably dropping due to wear,
Like,
so
as you
don't be
can-
too aggressive.
As Jeff said, our tires, they were actually horrible right now at this moment. So there's no need for me to fight Ocon on these tires because he has better tires than mine. So what I have to do is just to box right now.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
So Ocon decided to box. So my plan right now is to push as hard as possible and use ERS so that I can overcut him. So I didn't go to pit because my tires, they actually were faster than him. So my plan is, you know what, let me pit late so that I can have fresh new tires that are much one lap, you know. So that was my plan on this sector, and we actually went to the pit.
Go now.
And we did like 1.1. That was not the next one.
Mick is in the pits. Mick in the pits. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving
So
if
the
you
funny
cross
part
over
is
into the
that we
track.
actually managed to overcut Ocon, and I think he was behind Verstappen or Albon. So our plan, it was actually succeed. So right now what I have to do is to drive consistent. Like right now my tires, they have enough grip, so Hamilton decided to pit. So the thing with AI, they actually went to 2 stop. And I was actually happy about it because myself right now I'm on hard tires, so they're going to be on a mediums, and yeah. So what I can do right now is to drive as consistent as I'm doing and use a lot of ERS so that Albon and Max Verstappen, they cannot be on my DRS zone. So we are actually on lap 17 and we did a back pull on the last sector. That shows out how fast we are actually going over there. So we are actually the fastest car on the last sector. Guys, I will never lie, on this track I was actually pushing like crazy. And Albon right now is like 2 seconds, 2.3, like we lost a lot of time over there. So our battery actually looks not actually very good. We are under 15%, and yeah, we are actually under pressure on Ocon, on Alba, not Ocon, Alba. Yeah, that was misinterpreted. So Albon has to fight for another day on this lap, so he decided to go to pit.
The car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap.
Albon and Sergio Perez went to the pit and I actually ran wide over there, and that was not an idea to do that. So Hamilton is behind us. You're only left with 10 laps. So in order for me to win this race, I have to keep Hamilton in bay. But the thing is, Mercedes, they're actually very fast, and he is on my medium tires and I'm on hard tires. So my plan up here is to use ERS on a straight line, because Mercedes on the straight line it's a rocket ship, guys. It's a rocket ship, and yeah. So Hamilton is 3 point, you can see the time over there is 2 point. He was 2.5. No, 0.2. It's 0.2, and yeah, there was no way that
Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. He could still regain the
there's
position.
no way that I can keep up with Mercedes. They're actually very fast, and I actually got a DRS over here. So on a lap 20, he actually snatched away. I was 2.4 behind Hamilton.
Second place, you're in second place. Hamilton is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 2.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Ocon is behind you. The gap behind us is 4.3 seconds. They're on old hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 9 laps to go. Gap to teammate behind is 32.3 seconds.
So my plan right now, I was actually very happy with this position, position number 2, with a third worst car. I'm actually happy with it. What I can do right now,
Some information on Ocon. They seem to have an issue.
right now, what I have to do is to drive consistent, since Ocon, they have a problem with I don't know what was their problem, so I decided, let me just drive without using ERS. Let me just save enough ERS. If they can be 2.5, I'm going to use ERS. So my point right now is to defend my position, because we are actually on a podium right now. And yeah, as Hamilton was on another level up there, so there was no way that we are going to catch Mercedes. So we know who we are fighting. Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari, we are not fighting those guys. The only guys that we are actually fighting is Alfa Romeo, Williams, Haas. Yeah, those guys. Even Alfa Tauri. So those are guys that we are fighting. But so far,
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
so far so good. I actually managed to save 60% ERS, and I was actually happy about to save a lot of ERS. So yeah, I actually decided to use and what do you call it? Max Verstappen actually got an engine failure, and this is it going to be a safety car? No.
14.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Bottas is behind you. Our gap behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on old
So I actually
mediums.
thought this going to be a safety car. If it was a safety car,
This is your final lap.
I was
Final
gonna
lap of the race.
pit for softs. No. But right now we are on the last lap, and Bottas is actually
You're
behind
dropping a
us.
second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
You know, Mercedes, they're actually very fast. So I was under 15% of ERS, and I was pushing like crazy. Like as you can see now, is half a second, and it's on mediums, and I'm on hard tire, so I'm very slow. So what I can do is to keep him in bay, not allow him to overtake. Like position number 2 is one of the best, and you go wide over there. As you can see, like Mercedes, they're actually going OP with the ERS, and we decided to use a lot of ERS on this scooter, and we almost spin out, and now Bottas have to fight for another day, and we actually got our first podium.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
Wow, like wow, from zero to hero.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to follow race strategies throughout with pinpoint precision has to be commended.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
And yeah, guys, this was one of the race that I wouldn't forget, you know. This was actually one of the strongest track.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah, the car was actually great, you know. This track actually favor us.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
That one, we're on OP.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
Yeah, they actually have to be thrilled, you know. We were very consistent and we actually went very well.
Appreciate your time.
You're welcome. So guys, if you actually loved this video, make sure to subscribe and let me know on the comment section. And yeah guys, I will catch you on our next race, which is going to be a vidmate. So peace.